Picture this, you are in an interview and the interviewer asks you, have you had experience with? You know, that moment when you have to fill in the blank with something that you've never touched before. It can be everything ranging from Jira, Confluence to Power BI, or to handling a challenging stakeholder, or to resolving conflicts. For me, the question was, have you worked with SharePoint before? And honestly, I have zero experience. That moment could have thrown me off, but I keep my cool and figure out how to answer. If you have ever faced a tricky question like that, how will you handle it? In this video, I share my approach and how it ultimately led to my job offer. If you have watched my previous video, you know that out of 15 applications, I got 3 interviews. Today, I'm going to share my interview experience with you. Before we started, a little bit about my background. I worked for 1.5 years in HR before I moved to Germany to pursue my master's degree. When I arrived in Germany, I started searching for working student position in HR area. And let me tell you, the job search was tougher than I expected. One major challenge was the language barrier. My German level was B1 at that time, but you know the feeling when you want to speak confidently, but the words just did not come out of your mouth. Yeah, it's for me. But then, out of the blue, I got an interview for a position in HR at Bosch. I was so excited, I jumped right into the preparation mode, writing down all possible questions that I could think of, and then translate it to German, and then memorize it. And then I feel like I was cramming before my exam. When the big day arrived, I joined an interview, and guess what? All the questions were asked was in my list, meaning I prepared for this already. But then, a moment had come. There was only one question which I couldn't understand, and I asked, "Wie bitte?" And then the recruiter repeat the question in German, and I still couldn't understand. And again, "Wie bitte?" And then with this "Wie bitte," I know that the chance of internship or working student would slip out of my hand. While doing the job search, there was one position, supply chain and reporting, keep showing up in my LinkedIn profile. At the beginning, I ignored that position because it was not my area of focus with the HR. But then, due to my curiosity and that position keep showing up, I decided to take a look. And to my surprise, the task matched my skill perfectly. I realized that even it was outside of my initial focus, but I definitely can handle the responsibilities. So, I took a leap of faith and applied. Then came my second interview, which was a whole new experience because the 2 interviewers were very friendly and created a great atmosphere when I started the interview. After introducing myself, they began asking questions like if I know BPMN and if I had experience working with Jira, Confluence, and so on, and I answered those questions smoothly. Until one interviewer asked, "Have you worked with SharePoint before?" To be honest, the first time I heard about the tool SharePoint was when I read the job descriptions. I have zero experience, but I have looked it up and then I answer honestly. I have not worked with SharePoint before, but I have checked it and I saw some similarity in functionality with the tool which I have been using, for example, OneDrive and Google Drive. There are also some functionality with a unit for SharePoint only, for example, Pages and Web Parts, and I'm very keen on to learn and try it out. At one point, one interviewer asked if I can speak German, and I answered, a bisschen. And we agreed that we will tackle all the technical questions in English first, and then they will start asking me questions in German. As the interview progressed, we were so engaged in the conversation that we forgot about the German part, and then the interviewer reminded us about the question in German. Despite my inner panic, I managed to answer some basic questions in German, which feels like a huge win for me. After that interview, I sent a thank you message and patiently waiting for the response. After spoke with some of my German friends, I got to know that normally for the working student position there only one interview. But to my surprise, I received another invitation from HR inviting for another round of interview with the department head. I was both shocked and excited. When I talked to the department head, she creates a psychology safety environment which encourages a great conversation. She asked mainly about behavioral questions, and she mentioned that she heard positive feedback from the previous interview, but she still have many students to interview and asked me to patiently wait. But I didn't have to wait long. Just a few days later, I received an email that I got the position. That moment was the highlight of my job search. Now, let me share 2 key takeaways for anyone who is looking for the student positions. First, explore different areas. Sometimes the perfect opportunity is in the field you have not considered. Gaining experience is what truly matters. Second, stay curious and open to learn. While Jira and Confluence wasn't part of my HR responsibility at that time, but because I was so curious when I saw the QA tester and the software engineer work with the tool, and I have checked it out. If I hadn't taken the time to get to know the tool, I would not have been able to answer the interview questions. I hope my experience and tips help you in your interview. Until next time, good luck with your interview, and remember, stay curious and be open to opportunities. In the next video, I will sharing interview tips, but this time as an interviewer. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.